Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in this Lord I see I did it sunrise and sundown. Him I go day like a tree planted by the rivers of water, and that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Him leave never I go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Let the people of the Most High God say, Joe! This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show them all, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize. And if we do criticize, that means it's on only one condition. Remember, only one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Another thing, if you are looking for neutrality, this is not your channel. Here we are never neutral. We have taken sides. Yes, the side of the truth. That is why we say we are the headquarters of the truth. From the office of the Patriot, this is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show them all, where we speak truth to power. And I'm most excited to be with you. We are live on Facebook, also live on YouTube. Remember to follow us on Facebook. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And most importantly, we are also on TikTok, where we are ticking and talking. We are also on Instagram. Please subscribe to our Instagram page. And we are also on X, formerly called Twitter. We have gone international. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show them all. And here we speak truth to power. Today we have very important issues to share with you. As you saw in the menu, yes, we are serving you a delicious meal today. But I just want to say something very important. First and foremost, can I introduce myself? My name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking in the United States of America. Maybe you are in the EU. Maybe you are in the UK. No problem at all. Maybe you are in Canada and you want to send money to Ghana. It's so easy. You tap, and you send. Download the app from Google Play and also from App Store. My brother, my sister. And once you do that, as a first sender or a new Taptap sender, make sure that you use the short code. Better still, the promo code Black Rasta. Black Rasta. BLAKKRASTA is one word. So you can get an amazing bonus. Now, what is it about Taptap Send? It is amazingly fast. The moment you send, it is gone. And you are not charged any sending fees. When you send, it's free. Yes, absolutely. Just send. That's it. And then, interestingly, with Taptap Send, it is raining amazing rates. Can I say it again? Amazing rates. Oh, yes. We have very good rates, very compelling rates, very competitive rates, and everybody is running to us. Taptap Send. But what I am most interested in when it comes to Taptap Send is this. I'm a community person. I love the grassroots. I love my inner city. Taptap Send is building communities in Ghana, doing a lot of different things in Ghana and beyond. My brother, my sister, do you want Taptap Send to come to your community? What do you need in your community? All you need to do is to use the promo code Black Rasta and those amazing bonuses hit you, I will lead the course to your community with Taptap Send. Thank you so much, Taptap Send. I am most excited to be with you. My name is Blakk RASTA, Ghana's #1, Africa's finest. Can we go into the menu for today? Story number 1. Run it, my youth. Watch this. Ghana Telco in criminal deal. When I saw this story today, I was so shocked. You know Telco'S, right? Telecommunications. That's what you see in the MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo. Now they prefer to call themselves something else. My brother, my sister, these are the Telco'S we have in Ghana. The other one has fizzled into thin air. I don't know if it's still working. But these are the Telco'S we have in Ghana. Now, what is the history of Telco'S in Ghana? The very first one to come here, my brother, my sister, had to deal with Airtel Tigo. At the time, it wasn't called Airtel Tigo. My brother, my sister. Then there was also this one here to do with MTN. At the time, it wasn't called MTN. Then we have this other one to do with Vodafone. It also came quite early, but it was not the earliest. It also wasn't called Vodafone. It was called something else. My brother, my sister. One of these is involved in a criminal activity, according to the Ghana police. Watch this. Ghana Word published it. How staff of a teleco gave login details to suspects to register numbers used by kidnappers. My God. How staff of a telco gave login details to suspects to register numbers used by kidnappers. Run it, my youth. Now, the Ghana police has alleged that an employee of a leading telecommunications company in the country provided their login credentials to one of the suspects arrested in connection with the kidnapping of 2 Ghanaian women in Nigeria. I'll take it again so you would understand it. The Ghana Police Service has alleged that an employee of a leading telecommunications company in the country provided their official login credentials to one of the suspects arrested in connection with the kidnapping of 2 Ghanaian women in Nigeria. Now, according to the police, the employee identified as Abdul Mubarak Zakaria also forwarded a one-time password, that's OTP, used for 2-factor authentication to the suspect, Titus Mba Awuni, a mobile money operator based in Bolgatanga. This, the police said, enabled the suspect to gain unauthorized access to the telecommunications company's SIM registration application, where they allegedly registered SIM cards using the cards of unsuspecting individuals. These illegally registered SIMs were then sold for 150 Ghana cedis each. Leave it there. I need you to understand this properly. This is where all the information is. The Ghana Police Service has alleged that an employee of a leading telecommunications company in Ghana provided their official login credentials to one of the suspects arrested in connection with the kidnapping of 2 Ghanaian women in Ghana. Now, according to the police, the employee identified as Abdul Mubarak Zakaria, also, that's the second offense, forwarded a one-time password used for 2-factor authentication to the suspect, Titus Mba Awuni, a mobile money operator based in Bolgatanga. This, the police said, enabled the success to gain unauthorized access to the telecommunication company's SIM registration application, where they allegedly registered SIM cards using the Ghana cards of unsuspecting individuals. These illegally registered SIMs were then sold for 150 Ghana cedis. Run it, my youth. Now watch this. Flip it. Watch this. Now, police commenced a manhunt for persons in possession of some phone numbers which had featured in the investigation and registered in the names of Buhari Daladi, Amal Bio, Alfred Alima Tusalifu, and Mahama'S Nimati. On the 29th of April 2025, police arrested suspect Alfred Amelbiu, who recounted that he was not directly involved in the crime, but mentioned one Titus Mba Awuni, who had used his Ghana card details and that of his brother Akolbia Sunday to register their SIM cards, sold them out to the Nigerians without their consent. DCOP Donko Feder said on the 1st of May 2025, the Akwa East Regional Police Intelligence Department arrested 4 suspects, namely Christian Emeka, 27 years, Basil Okonko, 29, both Nigerians, Titus Mba Awuni, 25, and Amalbio Alfred, 21, both Ghanaians, at Bolgatanga, and escorted them to the CID headquarters for further investigation. On the 2nd of May 2025, personnel from the headquarters Police Intelligence Department arrested suspect Mahama'S Nimati, 33, at Teshi, here in Accra. 3 suspects, namely Peter Okoyi, A31, Paulinus Chidokwe, A35, and Chi Nonso Okafo, 35, were arrested in Port Harcourt, Onitsha, Nigeria, and the victims rescued from them. At this time, steps have been taken to receive the victims from the Nigerian police. Oh gosh. Meanwhile, the victims, the police added, have been rescued and are currently in the custody of Nigerian authorities, awaiting transportation back to Ghana to assist with the ongoing investigations. Dasha. My brother, earlier this week, we saw the video of a young Ghanaian woman, half naked, pleading with Ghanaian authorities and also Ghanaian families to, in fact, contribute money so that her kidnappers could set her free. Only God knew what kind of ordeal she went through. Now, it came out after some investigation that 2 of these women were actually kidnapped by some Nigerian kidnappers. In Nigeria, kidnapping is the middle name of criminals. They kidnap you so easily, demand money from your family, and send you away. That's if you are lucky. It happened to a prominent Nigerian footballer who had a family member of his kidnapped. He had to part with huge sums of money in order to see his family member alive. We won't go into that story. We've done it before. 2 Ghanaian women, how were they kidnapped? Listen attentively. First and foremost, one of the telecommunication networks that we showed you had a worker or a staff member there leak passwords and login details to a fraudster in Bolgatanga, one Awuni Mba Titus. He got hold of this and he could log on directly into the systems of that telecommunication. Got to know SIM cards and their details and was able to register and use people's information for criminal activities. And then, when he was able to get some of these SIM cards fraudulently, of course, using or criminally, using the telecommunications logins and passwords and whatever, they sold those SIM cards out for 150 Ghana cedis each. In Ghana and Nigeria, before you can use SIM cards in your phone, you have to register so we will see who you are. And this person, this criminal, was able to hack into the systems of this telecommunications network with the help of an insider, and he would now go directly and register for these SIM cards and sell the cards to criminals. How did the criminals get the 2 Ghanaian women? In fact, they faked it that they actually were white men and wanted to marry women from Ghana. So the 2 ladies fell victim. Today, marriage is a big thing in Ghana. Every woman wants to get married, and I don't blame any woman for that. When you go to the churches, it's one of the prayer points that will bring a lot of money to the altar. How many women want to get married this year? Come and put money at the feet of the man of God. Before you realize there's a mountain of legal notes almost inundating the man of God. My brother, my sister, marriage is dire right in this country. Before I came into the studio, I watched another video of a woman saying that today in Ghana, the men are not like the men in the olden days who would follow a woman, propose over and over, bring gifts, and try to let the woman know that they are responsible. In today's Ghana, according to the lady, when you propose love to a woman, and she says, oh, I'll go and think about it, the man has no patience to wait. Another woman is on his list. He would go and get this. Polygamy has become the order of the day. So her advice to young girls is, if a young man comes to you and tells you that he's in love with you, and you know that you love this man, stop the nonsense that they did in the days of prolonging things. Oh, I'll call you. Oh, I'll call you. Oh, give me time to think. No, before you realize another woman has taken your place. That was what I saw before coming to the studio. So you cannot fault these young ladies who are so much in a hurry to get married, especially to white men. It is sad. In the churches, once it is prophesied, especially the spiritual churches, that somebody will go to America and marry a white person, it's like they are entering heaven. They want to strip naked in the church and give thanks to God. Now, when such a lady is brought to the altar, and other women are told if they also want to marry white women, they should come and put money at the feet of this woman who already is going to marry a white woman. You'll be shocked that married women in the church will want to divorce their husbands so they can go and get white men. After all, their husbands are black men. It's sad. So the ladies arrived in Nigeria and they were picked up and were made to send messages to their parents in order to have them bailed out. And then Ghana police did the needful, got into the nitty-gritties of the thing, found out who was using what card, traced the cars all the way to Bolgatanga, arrest a couple of people, and then boom, they also showed who exactly was dealing with that. And then this person also was able to point out this staff member of one of these telcos using this, and boom. Ghana police has to be able, my brother, my sister, to get applause anytime it deserves it. Now, I would have said that we should go ahead and mention this telco so that we'll be able to tell exactly which telco did that so we can avoid this telco. But on hindsight, I am thinking that it's not the fault of the telco. It could be a little irresponsible. But can we have the passwords and all the login details in such a way that criminals cannot get the chance to go beyond a certain point? Now, if criminals can have access to people's SIM cards, that means this telecom is very, very criminal itself and is very, very injurious to the democracy of this nation. Again, this telco is so irresponsible. You cannot trust all your staff members. Even if you trust them with a certain secret, the secret should end somewhere. You don't give them unfettered access to the point that they could harm your cherished clients. How many people agree with me? But this is where we are, my brother. Ghana police, thank you so much. And the ladies who are so much interested in marrying white men, you will fall victim to a lot of scam. Please do your checks properly. Try as much as possible to do video calls. Seek another person's opinion. If you are in doubt, speak to the Ghana police. They'll be able to at least pick one person out to investigate a few things around this before you put yourself into it. Or do we have private investigators in Ghana? Maybe you could employ one to deal with this, or else our nation would be in jeopardy if one staff member can cause this amount of damage. How many more of this irresponsible guy do we have in the other networks? It's the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Shonemo, and here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Send your comments in. We're going to be reading them soon. Hey ya! Hey yo! Blakk Pot, aka Coco Shonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Power, power, power. Okay, so our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Make sure that you pick up the numbers and do business with us, right? And remember, we are live on YouTube, live on Facebook. If you haven't subscribed to these, please do. Hit on the like button and share the broadcast. Remember, we are also on Instagram. Yes, Black Empire Media. Yes, Black Empire Media. We are right there on Instagram. We are also on TikTok. And we are also on the almighty X, formerly called Twitter. Please follow us on all those platforms. We post every day. Yeah? Okay. Next story, my youth. Watch this. What does it say? See it. Mahama'S divided Ghana in 120 days. And this is AFENYO-MARKIN. This guy, I believe, wanted the little mosquito, what is the word? Demonstration that they had a couple of days ago to be heard. So he wanted to create a certain kind of chaos so that it would be in the news all over and people would have their attention there. Nobody's interested in the politically exposed CJ. Nobody is interested in Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. When we think about these two, we only think about pain. Whoever is linked to Nana Akufo-Addo or Bawumia is seen as a villain in Ghana right now. Statistics show that clearly. So these guys went for a demonstration. We talked about it yesterday, so we won't go too much into it. And then the few mosquitoes who went for the demonstration, during their time, they didn't see anything wrong with removing people brought in by other political parties. If they felt that they were politically exposed, nobody coughed. My brother, my sister. But now that they are out of power, they see it to be dire. Their CJ is being removed and they are crying. When they came in, they removed the electoral commissioner and brought in their own electoral commissioner, who is still sitting there, who I believe should be removed because I believe she's also politically exposed. My brother, my sister, we need to be voting for some of these people now so that the public would be in control rather than political parties and presidents. How many people agree with me? My brother, my sister, AFENYO-MARKIN is the leader of the minority in parliament. He said a policeman hit the left side of his chest, targeting his heart. He was dazed and he almost collapsed. So he had to slap the policeman back. Such a lawless idiot. He's an idiot. A lawmaker who cannot protect the law. The enforcers of the law, protectors of the law, you are fighting them because they hit the left side of your chest. We targeted your heart. You were dazed and you almost collapsed. You know how many people your party killed when they were in power? Directly and indirectly? With the stupid laws and things that you guys brought into power. I've not forgiven you guys. You are all chess mates. They play chess together, all these politicians. It's our time to steal. Let us steal. When you come into power, you also steal. We are not going to prosecute anybody. We know them. But the policeman hasn't said anything yet. AFENYO-MARKIN quickly wrote out asking the IGP to deal with the policeman who hit the left side of his chest, targeting his very precious heart. Richard Anyangba has put it on record that they are not interested in the Ghana constitution that they supposedly used for the 8 years they were in power. All of a sudden is a toilet paper, and that they are doing politics. Kwesi Pratt has condemned that already, so I won't go too much into that. My brother, my sister, this is AFENYO-MARKIN. Today marks 120 days since the president became president. Many pundits of the game are praising the president and saying he has done so well. In fact, even me, myself, and I am applauding the president. The dollar has dipped. And it's going to even dip the more. Taxes, useless taxes, including the e-levy, all scraped and scrapped. Again, my brother, my sister, sanitary pads are given to our young daughters in the schools for free. Code of conduct just came out. For the first time, it's been enforced, the declaration of assets and liabilities. For the first time, they have pulled in people who are not politically exposed to come and help with the governance of this nation. Only Mahama can do this. Nana Akufo-Addo tried it and we applauded him. When he brought in Martin Amidu, who also messed up and messed up beyond compare. Because Martin Amidu was actually a member of the NDC, even though at the time he had issues and still has issues with the NDC. So it's almost like one leg in and one leg out. Normally they would try to win such people on their side. But Martin Amidu came in there very ruthless. He could have done well, but for ego and self-aggrandizement. My brother, my sister, Mahama brought in Domlevo. He's one of the biggest critics of this regime. I wouldn't really call him a critic, but he's a critic. He has criticized a few things, left, right, and center, even though he's a member of the oral team. You can't buy him. Many more people like that have been roped into the government. Me, the president has told me personally, he said, Blakk Rasta, if I do anything wrong, whip me into line. It's all about Ghana, isn't it? As you always say. And I said, yes, Mr. President. But AFENYO-MARKIN is saying that Mahama has divided Ghana into two. Now we have two Ghanas. Can we get an explanation? Can we? Watch this. Ghana Web. NBC in 120 days has created two Ghanas. And this is AFENYO-MARKIN explaining. Run it. AFENYO-MARKIN, please start the story properly so that we can get the beginning of the story. The minority leader in parliament, Alexander AFENYO-MARKIN, has described President John Dramani Mahama'S first 120 days in office as a period marked by deepening political divisions, disappointments, and regrets. AFENYO-MARKIN alleged that the NDC government has adopted a partisan approach to governance, marginalizing those perceived as political opponents while rewarding loyalists. According to a report by citynewsroom.com, he made the remarks in a recent interview on CTFM. For me, it's 120 days of disappointments and regrets. The NDC in 120 days has created two Ghanas, a Ghana for them and their party, and a Ghana for others they consider enemies. First of all, when they assumed office, they decided to terminate the appointment of Ghanaians who had been employed in state institutions. He reportedly said that should happen. So you see, for them is politics. Again, the business of the day is politics. Politics as usual. People are praising John Dramani Mahama. And these people are saying no. That is what they are saying.